Hello friends, welcome to this video program of Evolution and Framing of a Discipline of the MOOCs course of Understanding Disciplines and Subjects. I, Dr. Niradhar, faculty member, School of Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University, welcome you all to this program. So friends, as you know, Understanding Disciplines and Subjects is one of the core course of IGNOU B.Ed program, which is included in the B.Ed program as per NCTE regulations 2014. So, this is a very good course, and this course will make you understand about the concept of a discipline, the concept of a knowledge, and from by categorizing a type of knowledge, how a discipline has been evolved, how a discipline has been constituted, and from a discipline how different school subject that has been emerged. So, friends, keeping in consideration of the major concept here in this module, we will discuss this video, that is evolution and framing of a discipline, how a discipline has been evolved and how a discipline has been framed from a type of knowledge base. Let us go forward. So, friends, now we are in the second week of this MOOCs course, and we are now undergoing with the second module, module 2. The title of this module, that is Perspectives of Disciplinary Knowledge, and in this module or the second module has been developed in two different video programs. First is discipline specific processes to acquire knowledge. So, what are the different processes that we follow in a discipline for acquiring knowledge, that already we have discussed in our earlier video program. And in this program, we are going to discuss about the evolution and framing of a discipline, how a discipline has been evolved, a discipline of science, a discipline of social science, a discipline of mathematics, a discipline of language that has been evolved, and how this has been framed. Further, we will discuss it. So, friends, these are the certain learning outcomes of this video program, and I am hopeful that after going through this video program, you will be able to explain the concept of evolution of a discipline. What is the concept of evolution of a discipline? How we call the evolution of a discipline? Then further you will be able to critically analyze the evolution and framing of different disciplines. So, particularly you will able to analyze the, you can say, the evolution of the discipline of science, different branches of science, different sub-disciplines of science, then different discipline of social science, then discipline of languages, at the same time mathematics. I am hopeful that these two learning outcomes you will achieve after going through this video program. Let us go forward. So, friends, to understand about the concept of evolution of a discipline, I can say that we have already discussed in our first module, that is in the first week program, when we are discussing about the concept of knowledge, acquisition of knowledge, and you can say by categorizing a type of knowledge, how a discipline has been emerged, how a discipline has been constituted. We have already discussed. Further, this video program is also linked with the earlier programs, the earlier concept that we have discussed, because this is also related with the evolution of a discipline. First of all, for the evolution of a discipline, we can say that first of all we should understand about the nature of knowledge. What is the concept of knowledge? What is the epistemology? What is the theory of knowledge? What is the existence of knowledge, and how knowledge is acquired? What process we follow for acquiring knowledge? Okay, so first of all we understand knowledge and different ways and processes for acquiring knowledge, knowledge related to science, knowledge related to social science, knowledge related to language and literature, knowledge related to mathematics. You will find that knowledge related to mathematics, the processes that we follow for acquiring knowledge in mathematics is somehow different than science. The methods that we follow in science is somehow different in social science. The methods for acquiring knowledge in languages that we follow, that is somehow different in social science, different in sciences. So, that is why, friends, for understanding the concept of evolution of a discipline, First of all, one should understand about the concept, about the nature of knowledge. Okay. Then what type of, you can say, inquiry, what type of exploration, what type of discovery, what type of engagement that knowledge or that discipline that met the scholars, that involved the scholars for engaging in different types of activities, different types of discourses. Then further, after understanding the nature of knowledge, the next activity is to categorize a specific nature of knowledge, a specific type of knowledge for constituting a discipline that already we have discussed. This is just to recapitulate you further that when you categorize a type of knowledge, a particular, a specific type of knowledge, then from there a particular discipline that may emerge, a particular discipline that may evolve, a particular discipline that may constituted. Just like by categorizing a specific type of knowledge, you can say a discipline has been evolved, or you can say evolution and framing of a discipline that takes place. Okay, maybe a discipline of science, social science, or other subject. So friends, this is the concept of evolution of a discipline. A discipline never evolved, never constituted, never framed overnight, never emerged overnight. Rather, you will find that decades of time it takes for understanding the knowledge that included in that discipline and the processes to acquire that knowledge. And further, this is the work of the scholar, this is the finding of certain research, you can say, done by different scholars, that they categorize a type of knowledge. Just like, let me to give example, one example, for constituting or for evolution or for framing a discipline of science, you will find that the knowledge and the nature of knowledge that it deals, that is, you can say, scientific inquiry, scientific observation, scientific discovery, experimentation, scientific observation. So friends, such things are included in the discipline of science, and if you include such type of knowledge, then you can form a discipline of science. Then accordingly languages, accordingly social science, you will find that the nature of knowledge is different. So friends, this is the concept of evolution of a discipline, that the discipline has not evolved overnight, rather it takes time. First of all, it is linked with certain type of knowledge, certain specific knowledge. Okay, and from that specific knowledge, you will find that that is being practiced, being studied in different disciplines. So friends, let us go forward. When now we will discuss about the evolution and framing of discipline, different disciplines. So here I will give you certain example of the discipline of English literature. I will also give you certain example of the discipline of science, then discipline of social science. So here, to talk about discipline of English, you see, English as a discipline, it deals with the fundamental issues of human existence, such as realizing the essence of life and living. What is the essence of life? What is the essence of living? Developing a sense of beauty and tolerance. So friends, when you are going through any creation, any literature creation, you will find that it might be talking about, it might be expressing about beauty of this nature, beauty of this civilization, beauty of this society, and many a time it may involve yourself, and that literature may talk about the tolerance of the people, tolerance in the society. Then further, when we talk about the evolution and framing of the discipline of science, discipline of English, you will find that it also engage individuals in interpersonal relationships, making people express their sufferings, pains, pleasure, and adventures. Try to understand from poetic creation or from any literature, you will find that the matter which is being addressed may be related to sufferings, may be related to pain, may be related to pleasure, and may be related to adventure. It gives many a time, it gives a type of happiness to our heart, to our mind. Then further, when we go through any literary creation, you will find that appreciating the literary creation of others is also one of the important aspect to understand the discipline of any language. Here particularly we are discussing about English. Then making the individual to create new literature and spreading the essential values for life. So friends, when we undergo with a discipline just like English, it also helps us to create new literature. We also engage ourselves in writing and developing certain literature at the same time to understand certain values and to practice those values also. So friends, further let us proceed further to understand about the evolution and framing of a discipline of English. So friends, particularly if I will talk about the development or the evolution of English, you will find that in 3 different phases, in 3 different periods, the discipline of English that has been evolved. Just like you can say the old English period, that is 450 to 1100 AD, then further the middle English period, that is 1100 to 1400 AD, then further we can say the modern English period, that is since 1500 AD onwards. So friends, the old English period or the phases, then the middle English period, or the phases, or the modern English period or the phases, you will find that when writing script was not available, how the people were expressing themselves, how they are expressing themselves so far as the English literature is concerned. And you will find that further when the printing presses and other writing scripts that got developed, then at the modern time, how this literature that has been spread across India. So friends, evolution and framing of discipline of English that has been occurred in 3 different phases, you can say in 3 different phases, that is in old English, that is further in middle English and in modern English. Further, let us try to understand about the evolution and framing of discipline of science. So friends, already we have discussed about type of knowledge, or you can say the nature of knowledge that are being addressed in the discipline of science. It means when we talk about a discipline, the processes that we follow for understanding the discipline of science and the practices of the discipline of science, that is we engage ourselves in scientific inquiry, in scientific discovery, in scientific exploration, in scientific experimentation. Okay, and further minutely to understand about the evolution and framing of discipline of science, we can say that the discipline of science, there are broad 2 branches that has been developed in the discipline of science. That is, first branch is the physical science, or the second is the branch of biological sciences. So try to understand that what is come under the discipline or the branch of the physical science. You will find that physical science deals with physics, chemistry, earth science and other subjects also related to science. You will find that the matters and the knowledge, the concept that is addressed in physics is somehow different from chemistry. The methods that you follow in physics more or less is different from chemistry and different from earth science, and mostly you will find that the methods and the processes are more or less, because all these are the different sub-disciplines of, you can say, the broad discipline of science, and further from the branch of physical science. And again, when we talk about the biological science, you will find that the branch of biological science, it deals with 2 disciplines, that is botany and zoology. Further friends, try to understand what are the different sub-disciplines that has been emerged, that has been evolved from the broad discipline of science or from the broad branch of the physical science. So as you know that physical science, further this has been categorized in 3 different subjects, that is physics, chemistry and earth science. When we talk about physics, we talk about different subjects just like astrophysics, biophysics, nuclear physics and nanotechnology. Okay, so here you will see that what is the emergence, what is the need for you can say evolution or the emergence of these sub-disciplines just like astrophysics, biophysics, nuclear physics and nanotechnology. You will find that a group of followers of this discipline, they might have done certain research and certain substantial knowledge that might have come out from the findings of the research, and from their new disciplines that has been emerged, and these new disciplines are being practiced in academic manifestation. And you will find that group of scholars, they are doing research in nuclear physics, they are doing research in nanotechnology, they are working on biophysics, and they are also working on astrophysics. So from physical science, then the subject physics, that also deals many sub-disciplines. You will find that over the time of period, from the main discipline, many sub-disciplines that has been emerged. Then further, when we talk about chemistry is part of the branch of physical science, that also from chemistry many sub-disciplines that has been emerged, that is organic chemistry, analytic chemistry, biochemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry. And you will find that these are the certain specialization, and you will find that group of students, they are also pursuing their studies from the subject of chemistry in different sub-discipline. Then earth science, it also deals about geology, astronomy, it also deals about meteorology. Okay. So friends, environmental science, so these are the sub-disciplines. So because of the emergence, because of the need of the society, need of this community, you will find that this further at a time this discipline has been emerged with a substantial body of knowledge, with a type of research base. This discipline has been emerged from the parent discipline. And further, the sub-disciplines of biological sciences as one of the branch of science, that is two disciplines it caters, that is botany and zoology. In botany, further you can say plant pathology, environmental science, molecular genetics, then soil science, then biotechnology also. These are the certain, you can also add more sub-disciplines under botany. So that has been emerged, that has been evolved, and that are being practiced in our academic manifestation, in our academic institutions. Okay, these subjects are being studied for academic degree, just like for bachelor's, for master, at the same time for pursuing research also. At the same time, from the branch of biological science, you will find that the subject or the discipline of zoology, further the sub-disciplines that has been emerged from geology, that is microbiology, mycology, anatomy, and physiology. Accordingly, many more sub-disciplines you can also include. Because of the research, because of the new findings, you will find that every time new sub-disciplines that are getting emerged, that are getting developed in the discipline of science. Further, to understand about evolution and framing of discipline of mathematics, you should understand about that mathematics is considered as a human and cultural endeavor. You will find that in every society, in every culture, in every continent, you go across the world, any place, you will find that in their culture, mathematics is a subject, or mathematical knowledge is highly essential. This is part of our culture. This is part of our daily living, you can say. This is quite possible, and this is happening in every culture, every society, okay, every community, every race. So that's why mathematics is considered as a human and cultural endeavor. Then further, mathematical ideas develop everywhere, because people may live in different cultures, but they do similar things in every culture. They do a type of counting, they do a type of measuring, they do a type of designing, they do a type of locating certain things, playing certain games. At the same time, they are also engaged themselves in explaining certain things. According to Panda 2006, you will find that 6 operations which people engage across all culture are counting, measuring, designing, locating, playing, and explaining. And friends, for performing these 6 operations, you will find that the concept of the mathematical knowledge is very much important. Without knowing the mathematical knowledge, counting and other concept of mathematical calculations, that you cannot do these operations. Then further we can say that mathematics as a discipline or field of study includes conceptual understanding and study about numbers, operations and theorems. So we use certain theorems, we use the number, and we use different operations by using the numbers. It may be in any culture, it may be in any society. Then further let me to say that the knowledge of mathematics, the mathematical knowledge is not only possible, is not only used in mathematics, rather this is being used in every discipline. You can take the discipline of sciences, you can take the discipline of languages, you can take the discipline of social sciences, you can take the discipline of any other discipline, you can say, then you will find that we use the concept of mathematics, we use the concept of number, we use the concept of mathematical operations and theorems. Further, the knowledge of mathematics is highly used for developing logical reasoning, creativity and doing the practical works, try to understand. So the mathematical knowledge is highly associated with our reasoning, our logical reasoning. Okay. So whether to reach at a point, so what we are doing, we are engaging ourselves, we are engaging our thinking process. So we try to understand the things logically. So we use here our logical reasoning. Then further, to study, the study of mathematics touches human mind and life because we use mathematical calculations in our daily life. So friends, at home, at the community, at the society, in the group, and when you are traveling, when you are visiting any place, come in contact with any people, dealing with any people, you will find that somehow you are using the calculations, you are using mathematics. So when we talk about the concept of mathematics, this is related with a layman, this is related with a common man, this is related with a common man to, you can say, an enlightened person. So everywhere you will find that the knowledge of mathematics that are being used. Then mathematics is a broad discipline that has applications in other disciplines also. I have already said that the concept, the knowledge of mathematics that is being used in other disciplines to understand history, to understand sociology, to understand economics. So definitely we use the knowledge of mathematics. So friends, the evolution and framing of discipline of mathematics, you will find that it is highly related with, or this has been happened with the civilization, with the emergence of the civilization, with the development of the civilization. Further, to talk about evolution of framing of discipline of social science, we can say particularly if I will talk about history, so it talks about two periods, that is period of prehistory and the period of history. So you will find that prehistory means, we can say, event starting from the formation of the universe, then event starting from the formation of planet to the rise of modern civilization, then event starting from the first appearance of Homo sapiens to before the invention of writing. You will find that though writing was not available still then, that is the matter, that is the happenings of the prehistory period, by observing many artifacts, by observing many evidence, many facts. So that is also being one of the part of history. So that is also, you can say, the discipline of history that has been evolved from the historic period. Then further, when we talk about period of history, so we are highly engaged ourselves to understand the happenings in history that has been done in the ancient history period, that is 3200 BC to 500 AD. Then from Middle Ages, the happenings and the developments that has been taken place in the Middle Age period, that is 500 AD to 1499 AD. Then further at the early modern history period, that is from 1500 AD to 1900 AD. Then further the modern history period, that is 1900 AD onwards, means the present time. So friends, the development of history that has been started long before, that is, you can say, the period of prehistory period. This has been the evolution has been started from the prehistory period till this modern period. Then further, to talk about sociology, the evolution of the discipline of sociology. We can understand about, you can say, a scientific study of all forms of human social life is the sociology. Then sociology evolves as an academic discipline of study emphasizing people with various social characteristics. You will find that how to understand the society, to understand, you can say, the type of relationships that happens in the society, to understand interactions which is going on in the society, then various spatial and physical locations and time frame, an array of institutions, that is social level institutions, and the world system. So how things are happening in the society, how different institutions, you can say, different agencies in the society may be home. The evolution of the discipline of sociology, so the different agencies or the different institutions that functions in our society, in our community, just like you can say family as an agency of education or agency of the society, then community, media, school, state, these are the agencies, these are the certain institutions. So what is their function and how we come contact with such things. So friends, when we talk about sociology, we try to understand ourselves, that how we involve ourselves in all such things. It also evolved as a discipline in order to understand modernity, and particularly to study the modern societies and tracking their changing characteristics, how these modern societies changing, how every day the society is changing, okay, the dynamism of the society, and at the same time how mobility is taking place in the society. And further, to understand political science and the evolution of the discipline or the subject of political science, we can say that the ancient Greek thinker, just like the Plato and Aristotle, had laid the foundation to politics as one of the systematic science of study. Okay. So the work of Plato and Aristotle, if you will go through the literature developed by Plato and Aristotle, you will find that how they have included political science, or how the foundation has been laid to practice politics as one of the systematic science of the study. Then during the 15th century, the Italian political thinker Niccolo Machiavelli established the tradition of studying the historical as well as the existing political institutions. So how to understand, how to study the existing political institutions. So that has been also started. Then further, the work of Francis Weber, that is civil liberty and self-government, that has also made significant development for the growth of political science as an academic discipline. Then further, the establishment of American Political Science Association in 1903 had also equally contributed to establishing political science as a discipline. So friends, the work to practice political science as a discipline, truly this has been started from the Greek thinkers, that is Plato and Aristotle. So friends, in this program we understand about the concept of evolution of a discipline. Then further we try to understand, we try to went through the discourses about how different disciplines that has been evolved, how the discipline of science, discipline of different social science in terms of political science, in terms of history, sociology, then languages, particularly English literature and mathematics, that have been evolved as a discipline, and that discipline is being practiced in academic manifestation. Students are taking admission in different institutions, they are pursuing their study, and they are getting their degree and certification are happening. A curriculum has been developed. So the curriculum and the academic practices that we follow today, it is not overnight development, rather that is the development that has been taken place many decades before, you can say, that has developed at a time. And further, because of the chronology, because of the development that are being now practiced in our institutions. So friends, in this program we try to understand about the evolution of evolution and framing of different discipline from a type of knowledge base. Thank you.